Imagine this. You step into a room, no one knows your name, you haven't said a word, but the shift is instant. Heads turn, eyes track. It feels like gravity, centered on you. Not because you're loud, not because you demand it, but because your silence says more than most people shouting. There's a stillness in you, a quiet dominance, and it makes people wonder, who is that? That's charisma. Not the cheap performative kind, but the kind that makes you unforgettable, even in silence. Most will never get it because they chase noise, but you're about to learn how to build the kind that echoes long after you've left the room. And it all begins with what you do when no one's watching. Most people talk too much, too fast, trying to impress. They think charisma is about energy, but true magnetism, it's about stillness. When you move slowly, deliberately, when your body language says, I don't need to prove anything. People feel that. The way you walk, the way you sit, even how long you pause before speaking. It all sends a signal. I'm grounded. I'm not chasing approval. I approve of myself. You're not trying to entertain. You're letting them adjust to your presence. And that presence becomes addictive. Why? Because it's rare. Because everyone else is too busy performing. And the one person who doesn't need to perform, they own the room. Now bring your eyes into the equation. When you look at people, really look at them. Without flinching, without darting away or scanning the room, they feel it in their chest. It's not about dominance, it's about presence. You're not seeking attention, you're holding it. You're anchoring their mind, and the moment they realize they're being seen so clearly, they become unsure of themselves. That's power. Because when people feel seen by you, they remember you, even if you never say a word. And when you do speak, your voice, it's slow, measured, no high-pitched anxiety, no fillers, just deliberate tones. Like every word was chosen for a reason. You let your pauses breathe, because confident people aren't afraid of silence. They know that when they speak less, people listen more. Even the smallest phrases hit harder when they're not buried in noise. And that's what you want. Impact without effort, volume without volume. But charisma isn't only about delivery, it's about depth. You can be smooth, but if you have no internal world, people feel the hollowness. So become obsessed with understanding yourself. Know your values, know your flaws, be brutally honest about who you are and what you stand for. People are drawn to those who move with conviction. Even if they disagree with you, they'll respect the clarity, because the average person is confused, lost, looking for someone who seems to know something. So when you become that person, you don't have to chase followers. They come to you. And here's something most people miss. Charisma thrives on unpredictability. If you're too polite, too obvious, too available, you become forgettable. You fade into the background. But if you hold something back, just enough mystery, you keep people leaning in. Don't give them the full map. Let them wonder. Let them ask, what's his story? What's she really thinking? Because mystery isn't confusion, it's tension. And tension pulls attention. Now combine all of that. Stillness, focused eye contact, deliberate speech, emotional clarity, subtle mystery. You become untouchable. Not because you're above others, but because your energy is crafted. It's no longer random, no longer reactive, it's intentional. It commands the room before your mouth even opens. And if you think this is too much work, you're right. That's why so few people have it. But for the ones who do, life looks different. Doors open, people listen, and influence becomes effortless. So if you're tired of being overlooked, start showing up differently. Start small, start quiet, but start now. And if this lit a fire in you, you already know what to do. Subscribe. Join the ones who don't fit in, because they're building something different. This isn't a channel. This is a rebellion. Dark horse, outliers only.